We're gonna start this soon, so don't worry, mate. Don't worry. I'll put the music down a little bit. So I'm just waiting 3 minutes and we're gonna start. So for now, yeah, we chilling, boys. We chilling. I feel tired. I feel depressed. Today we're gonna talk about happiness is a choice. We'll see what is gonna happen. Check the YouTubes actually. I've been reading a lot of manga lately. A lot of shit is this. So let's start in 2 minutes, guys. Just wait.
Hello. Greetings, sir. So we're ready. Now I'm just waiting for him to keep.
All of the pain seems to follow. like a shadow dark and cold to the touch.
Happiness is a choice. I choose not to be happy.
Oh, go on, just do what you do. And
Okay, guys, welcome to the Oberon Kingdom, episode 16. Happiness is a choice. My name is Warnight, and I'll be the host for today's podcast. Can you guys introduce yourself?
I am Nagib,
Okay.
also
yeah.
known as Pentaking, and this is the weed.
Hello guys, I'm the Weed. Nice to be here.
You're welcome back every day, every Saturday at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock UK time, Amsterdam 4 o'clock. We do a podcast. Yeah, and today we're gonna do it again for 1 year. This is the 18th of April 2020. Kekona is still going on, but starting the summer is coming. Today we're gonna talk about happiness. Happiness is a choice.
Finally, a positive topic for once.
I thought anger was pretty positive, and regrets.
Actually, all the topics we have are positive.
All right.
Because we're trying to help people. That's why. So yeah, happiness is a choice, and actually, happiness is a choice is a quote. And since today, we're gonna be doing a quote for every week, for every podcast. We're gonna start with a quote, and today's quote is gonna happiness is a choice. And I'll just start with the quote myself and what I think about it. And happiness is a choice. So I agree with the happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy, and you can also choose to be angry or whatever you want to be. So I agree with that quote. Happiness is a choice, and I understand that sometimes the world is not fair, or something happens, but still happiness. You can choose to be happy. What do you think about the quote, Mike?
The weed?
Oh, me? Okay, well. I thought you would go, but yeah, sure. What do I think about it? I do think it's also a choice that people can choose if they want to be happy or not. But it's just like for some other people, for some people, it's just like a bit harder to achieve than like for others as well. So like depends on the situation you're in. Maybe you're at a rough childhood. Maybe everything is shitty in life. I mean,
Maybe
you have
your
to
name
build
David.
up your happiness. Yeah, maybe your name is David, and just everyone, or Kevin even, everyone hates you for it, or Chad. Yeah, being a Chad is probably bad. But yeah, going away from the topic. Yeah, I think like no matter like where you started off, you can always like build up to your true happiness.
Yeah, I think that
I keep up
happiness
to
is
you.
a choice because nobody, like, people can tell you what to do, but in the end, it's still you who has to make the choice for everything. So when you choose to be happy rather than sad just because you're not getting something you want, it's still a choice. It's your choice that you want that thing. So if you just don't want it, you won't be sad, and that's basically how I would look at it.
True. So the big question now, or the big topic, how can you be happy? How in the world can someone be happy? Do you guys know?
Well, it's different for everyone, right? Like things that make us happy. it's different for everyone, right? Like, what gives me the most happiness would be probably very different from your thing that makes
Reaching
you happy,
diamond
right?
in League of Legends. That must make me happy.
Dude, no. Getting, no, reaching the road to diamond is hell. Getting like the finish line is like okay, I'm a bit happy, little bit, but also depressed. But yeah, no,
Mostly depressed, but happiness is a
mostly
bonus.
depressed, but like the little, the little kick, like when you're like, oh, finally diamond.
Hell yeah, I finally have the blue color now instead of the pink or the iron color.
True. So accomplishing
But
your
plat is
goals
also
makes
blue.
you happy. Is that what you're saying?
What?
Accomplishing your goal makes you happy?
Yeah, sort of. But what if you don't have any goals? You can still be happy without having any goals.
Yeah. Then something else probably makes you happy. Like, I don't know, food. Food makes us happy, right? Good food.
That's temporary happiness compared to real happiness, let's say. Because there are
Oh.
small things that makes all of us happy, like receiving a gift or receiving a compliment or a good morning, or be like,
Or
good job.
or an offspring,
Ask Carol, I guess.
No. I bet she's very happy right now with her kid and child.
Most likely.
Hopefully.
So I guess there are more definitions about happiness. Maybe we can do a top three about which happiness there is, which one is the biggest, which one is like temporary happiness, or what happiness do you guys have?
So you have
Uh,
temporary happiness, as I just mentioned. What do you think, Dewey? What are the other two?
Yeah, I agree to that.
What are the other two?
Temporary. Long-lasting happiness. The contrast.
That's
of...
That's just the opposite of what I just said. So give an example for long-term happiness.
for what?
For
which
long-term
one?
happiness. Give an
For
example.
long-term happiness. Like for me would be
Except
long-lasting
nothing.
would be like, it doesn't have to be long-lasting, right? Like yeah, no, go for me
There's
like
nothing that
being
makes
in
me
a
happy for long term.
being in a financially stable situation, where I could support myself and my family. That would be like for me a long-lasting happiness.
Long-lasting happiness.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Being financially stable.
yeah, maybe we're going too fast. Maybe we should explain what is happiness. What is being happy?
What is
What is
happiness?
that? What is that happy you're talking about? What is happiness? How
Are
can
we
you
getting
describe it?
philosophical here? Getting philosophical here.
I mean, we need to understand if you want to be happy, then we need to know what happiness is, right?
Okay, for me, happiness. Um,
Yeah, for you, what is that?
no, it's just a comfortable situation in my life, which I am glad to be in. That's what happiness is for me.
Reaching a comfortable state of mind as well as body in a certain moment in your life. That's probably the easiest explanation for it.
Okay.
What about you, War Knights? What is happiness for you?
So happiness can be a lot of things. Happiness can be the firstborn child. Happiness can be seeing someone you love succeed. Some happiness can also come in materialistic things as food or cars or money, or in this case financial freedom.
Woo!
So what is happiness? So as you said, the weep, happiness depends on the person, but happiness can actually, like full happiness can never be achieved, because what if you reach
Oh.
your happiness? Let's say you eat the best food you're ever gonna have, or you get the most money you're ever gonna have, or you are finally freed from the rat race. Then what? Does that mean you're gonna be happy, or that means you accomplished your goals? So yeah, that's actually accomplishing your goal. That is satisfaction, accomplishing your stuff you want to reach. And I mean the journey you're gonna take. I mean, you can call that happiness, or you can just call it life. I guess life. So I don't think we can ever be happy, or whatever happiness is. What we can do is we can appreciate what we have. At least that's what I think. I'm not saying this is 100% true, by the way. Quote me on that. All right, guys. So I don't think you can reach happiness. What you can do is just be I don't know, be aware, or be satisfied, or be thankful for having done.
So, in your opinion, true happiness doesn't exist.
So I don't believe happiness exists.
Whew.
So what you mentioned is that you have goals. Once you achieve those goals, you reach a satisfaction, and that satisfaction is happiness to you, basically. For me, it's like, even if you don't have goals, you can be happy, because if you do have goals, it's just another reason to be sad, because if you don't reach your goals, it's a reason to actually be sad in life.
Yeah, true.
And for me, it's like, if I don't put myself in situations where I can become sad, I'll always be in a neutral position, and from that point on, I can just become happy. For example, if I am going to the grocery store, I'm never having like, I always have like the thought, I want to get this, but I always keep in mind like they might be out of it. What is like a reserve, what I could get instead for it, so that if I don't make plans, I don't have a goal. For example, I have the goal to make lasagna tonight, and then I go to the store and they are out of tomatoes or out of lasagna sheets, you name it. It's like a very simple example for it. So
Okay.
I always keep in mind, like, if I don't have it, I need something else that will satisfy me equally, if not more. And I think that's how you can avoid being sad. And the moment you avoid being sad for a long time, that's when you're feeling comfortable, that's when you're feeling satisfied, and that's when you can consider yourself to be happy, because you cannot go backwards anymore. The only place you can go is forward, basically. And forward is always happiness, basically. That's my opinion on how to find happiness. Just
So you're
avoid being in situations where you can become sad.
So just keeping your life situation like between optimistic and realistic, then, right?
Yeah.
Like, not expect too much, like too positive stuff. So I'd also like expect like, well, the negative as well.
Yeah, that's
Just
a
like
good way to
between.
put it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, just be optimistic towards everything in life, and happiness will reach out eventually.
But not too optimistic in your opinion as well.
Well, it still has to be realistic.
Okay.
So you can be optimistic that the coronavirus will disappear in a week from now. That's not realistic, for example.
Okay.
You have to be realistic, but at the same time, you have to stay optimistic and consider all the options.
All right. Yeah, I agree with that.
What do you have?
Don't make like
What's your happiness?
What makes you happy?
my happiness. What makes me happy?
Except printing
No.
OK Boomer cards.
That was great. That was a great one. But I think making other people happy, you know, like helping other people out. That's what makes me happy.
Hey, David, I need 500 euros. Could you help me out?
Will you be really happy with 500 euros though?
What?
Would you really be happy with 500 euros?
Yeah, because I can finally buy a PlayStation.
Don't you already have one?
Yeah, but that's beside the point. I would like the second one. That would make me really happy though.
Yeah, let's. As I said, also I also agree with you, being optimistic and realistic. So not gonna happen. Yeah, no, like if I can make someone happy, I would gladly do it. Except, while keeping it realistic as well. Like now, not really, because my finances are quite manicky. But later on in life, maybe, like, yeah, I'll see.
It's gonna be on the stream. I'll remind you in a month from now.
Not a month. Tell me that like 15 years.
When you're 69 years old, on the 20th
Yeah.
of April.
Assuming we both still live, yeah.
The weed. You remember back in our days when we were supposed to get the 500 euros, which is worth like €1 today, but you know.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm waiting. Exactly. I'm waiting for the
Inflation.
inflation. I'm waiting for the inflation. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that makes me happy. Making other people happy.
What do you think would make people in general happy?
In general.
If you were to approach someone on the streets, a stranger, and your goal would be to make them happy for a minute, what would you do?
For a minute.
And you don't know that person.
I don't know that person. So I like the first. If I don't know that person, like the first thing would be like compliment something on them.
That's a good way. Compliments
Yeah.
do boost someone's confidence, and that eventually makes them happy.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
I
like
would
this-
show them a card trick and bedazzle them with my magic.
and secretly steal their wallet.
Yeah.
Like you make them happy, they make you happy unintentionally by letting their wallet slip out. Yeah. No, a magic trick, you say?
I think magic
Okay.
tricks like have some sort of a feeling to it that when it happens and you don't know how it happens, it brings up excitement. And
Yeah.
excitement can also be seen as happiness.
It's just the curiosity, behind it, the mysterious part about it. Like you don't know, but how does he do it? How does he do it?
What would you do, Gilberto?
If what?
What would you do to make a stranger happy when you approach them on the street?
You
Yeah.
just tell them
Your
they're,
goal is
A
to,
random string.
they're beautiful. They look
Yeah, it's
good.
a
but you don't
compliment.
know them. You don't know how they look like.
Yeah, that's
Oh, but you see them though.
that's,
see it as a
say
person.
You see
the
them and
sweater.
they're
The
ugly as
sweater
hell.
is beautiful. Your shoes are awesome.
Your
Whatever
shoes
you
are
think.
awesome. Yeah.
Do you think they will be happy, or do you think they will be awkward when somebody approaches them and is like, "You're beautiful"?
Depends.
Well,
For me
depends on the way
personally,
you do it.
I would think it's a prank if somebody would approach me and be like, "You're beautiful." I think it would be a prank for a video or something, or a challenge or something like that.
No, depends on like how the way you do it, right? Like if you just like approach them, like try to start a conversation, then like complimenting them, that's like, yeah, okay, that's a bit weird. But like you're just like passing through and just like complimenting them on the way and just go on with your day. How about that? Like no conversation, just compliment them and just go right away.
Yeah,
I'm smelling a future video contents.
someone who's random. Yeah.
So you wouldn't like really appreciate the compliment then?
Beautiful. No, if somebody would be like, "Cool,
No,
cool,
compliment,
cool,
and if
cool
you're like,
earphones."
yeah, like nice hoodie band.
Yeah, that would feel good. But if it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, beautiful seems cringy to me. But that's just me. I'm sure other people
No,
would be like happy
you
with
have
it.
to be more specific. Like it's just like overall, say like, oh my god, you're beautiful. Like, they're just like, oh, I'm like, beautiful eyes, nice hair, nice sweater. Just be like more specific. That would like be okay, right? That would work.
Yeah.
Or is it just me?
That would make someone happy.
It's just like happy, but like yeah, that would like yeah. That would make people happy maybe. Like, do you guys remember like when you sometimes got complimented like just like such a small thing, and then you just like remember it after a long time as well?
Okay. So
Right?
as the topic of this podcast is happiness is a choice. For the same price, the guy could be really angry, or the girl could be really angry, and she would not like she would be choosing not to be happy. Let's say. So if
Okay.
somebody approaches her or him like that, they would be like, "Fuck off, mate. Just leave me alone." Something like that. So I think this is also a good example for happiness being a choice, depending on how optimistic you are towards the situation in life. You can choose to be happy, where if you get a compliment, you're like, thank you, and you start smiling. Or you can choose not to be happy and be pessimistic and be like, what the hell? Just give them a weird look and just keep walking, for example. And I don't know how it's in Czech Republic or Germany, but in the Netherlands, when you approach someone, they always have like a really pessimistic mood. Like they're running out of time. They're always in a hurry. Let's say. So if you tell them something, I need some water.
Okay.
Oh no, it's the corona that keeps us infected.
Check
Oh no.
coronavirus.
Coronavirus!
So
That shit's real! Yep.
You
so you
complimented the wrong
you can
Gosh.
choose to be pessimistic towards the situation, and actually just keep walking. And that's the moment you choose not to be happy, and that's usually the situation in the Netherlands where everybody's in a hurry. That they just forget what happiness is, because they have to wake up in the morning, they have to go to work. 12 hours later, they're making their way back home. They're gonna have dinner, maybe watch some TV for an hour, and then fall asleep again. That's like the average Dutch person. And yeah, I think most of the people that I come across, they just choose not to be happy, not willingly but subconsciously. And I think it's better just to look at things that just be more optimistic towards everything, while keeping the realistic sides obviously up. Like if it makes you happy to not go to work, that's nice and all, but you have to be realistic. You need to have an income. You need to take care of yourself and your family and whatever, basically.
So what do you think makes the average Dutch person like so pessimistic? Is it like just like the life overall in the Netherlands, or what is it?
I think selfishness. Everybody's so obsessed and worried about themselves that they forget about everybody else around them. They're always trying to get higher themselves,
Okay.
depending on the situation. But the average person, I would say that they're pretty selfish. For
So
example,
you think
if
it's like a
somebody
cultural thing, or like
I
where
think
would you say it
it's-
does where it comes from? You know?
I think it's
That's
just a society that it's built up. There's so many
Okay.
people in a small space, and everybody's in a hurry.
Okay. Yeah, no, because it's I would say it's like very different here in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, have you ever been
It's
to
like
the
people are more open.
So in the Netherlands, have you ever been to the small villages of the Netherlands?
I have been to Permanent, which is like a, how do you say, yeah, a small village. I've been there, and it's so much more peaceful. And when you look at them, they give you smiles like, "Hello, good day."
Yeah.
Like you can sense the difference right away. I remember like when I was in Portugal, everybody's like it's accustomed to just look at each other and smile, even if you don't say a word. And I remember coming to the Hague for the weekend, and I stepped out of the train, and nobody looked you in the eyes. Nobody even mention, even like, gives like attention that you're there. Everybody's ignoring you or looking the other way.
Wow.
And I think that's what the society has become these days. Everybody's so obsessed with something else that they're forgetting to just be happy.
Do you know the saying, city boys, and you have city boys, city girls, and you have the farmer's kid.
The peasants.
No, not the peasants. Wow, too far.
Well, is farmer better?
Just the farmers, are the people who are not in the city.
I wouldn't say farmer, like village boys. Ah,
Yeah,
wait.
village boys. So the difference between the city boys, like everywhere is the same. I've been so I've been once. I've been to New York. It's the same shit there. But if you go outside New York, then it's so way different. So in the Netherlands, it's like because we only stay in Rotterdam, then I Delft, Leiden, all those cities. It's all cities, mate. They're cities.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
it's,
was mainly speaking about The Hague compared to like the rest of the Netherlands.
no, it's
Just the average
dude,
The Hague
it's
person.
fucking worse in in Rotterdam, mate. It's even worse
I mean, it's
there.
It's
It
still
does
in the
kind of
rule
make
of law,
sense
basically.
though.
They are
It
trying.
does make sense that they behave like that, doesn't it? Because like
I understand.
the
I mean, I do it
villagers
as
are
well.
like, yeah,
I
like the
fucking do
village
it.
people are like more close to each other. They're like more used to be like like with familiar people, and that's like probably more happy than like big city people are.
Just if you were in Portugal, you were so you were not in the city. Just think about it. You were on the outskirts, right? So if you go into the city, everybody's like trying the next thing and they're trying to be something else.
In Portugal?
Yeah, in Porto.
No, in the city of Porto, everybody's really nice.
As well.
Like everybody's aware of each other.
Hmm.
Like when you pass someone and you look them in the eyes, they just smile and then you just
Interesting.
continue walking. Whereas in the Netherlands, they would just like look the other way right away and just not even bat an eye again.
Are you aware
Guess
of
it's just
that, or are
culture.
they aware of that?
I think it's just at that point. I think it becomes a cultural, not even cultural, just a society-based.
Yeah, it's just
aspect.
like probably like the society there already. Like they're just used to it. It's became kind of habit probably for them to
Yeah,
do it.
people there are also a lot less selfish, from what I know. Like they don't care that much about money 24/7. Maybe if you get like inside of a cafe where you know that no, not even a cafe. They're just super nice, all of them. They're just more down to earth and not so obsessed with making money and that kind of stuff.
You think they're
It just
happy?
feels a lot better. It just feels a lot better to be there,
Do you
basically.
think you think they're happy?
I don't think they're happy. I just think they're more optimistic. Like everybody has their own story, and if you look at them, you know that they have a story, depending on how they clothe, how they do their hair, how they behave, what their expression on their face is. And yeah, you can basically see a lot of that. And based on
Okay.
their expressions and stuff, yeah, it's just different. Everybody's different there. Everybody has their own story, and for me, it's like it makes me curious to know what their story is when I look at people. But when I look at people in The Hague, it's everybody has the same story. Wake up in the morning, go to work, make money, get home, eat something, and go to sleep.
Oh yeah, mate.
That's the story that I'm getting from everyone that I'm meeting.
That's the
in The Hague.
fucking that's the city, mate. Everybody trying to accomplish their goals. It's just the city. Everybody's trying to be the next thing.
I don't even think they have goals. I think they're just trying to get accustomed to the society and do what the society wants them to do.
That's what work for someone else.
The society wants you to wake up in the morning, go to work from 9 till 5, go home, and repeat that 5 days a week, and then in the weekends do whatever you want. Whereas for me, it's like do what you want 24/7 and find a way to fit a job in there, but it doesn't have to be like a great job which pays you thousands every month, just enough to actually survive. But yeah, that's how I look at it.
So let's say you find a job and they just pay you, I guess, nearly well the minimum, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, it's not a big effort, it's just physical effort, and that's it. And will you be happy with that job, even though you don't like it, or it's like it's just a
I
physical
will be a
job?
lot happier with that job, which pays me like 1,000 euros a month, compared to a job that pays me 4,000 a month and ends up having me sitting in an office 24/7, or like 8 hours a day.
So it doesn't matter what you do. So you want to be more physical?
Yes. Yeah. Unless I basically look at it differently, where I see the 8 hours as a sacrifice for using that, what I earn, for something better. But that being said, something that pays you 4,000 also includes a lot more stress,
True.
like way more stress.
But
It's
it's
like it's a comparison that you need to consider before you start doing something. But for me, I would be happier with something pays me 1,000 and doesn't like stress me, compared to something that stresses me daily and gives me like 4 times as much.
yeah. Okay.
Good shit.
The only thing that I care about is the certainty that I can continue doing it without having to worry about being fired, for example.
Fired.
But then again, something that doesn't involve stress has a less chance of actually firing you, so it's 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 a trade-off, let's say.
Interesting, mate.
That's all about me.
Now what?
Now what? Now I just want to know how much would we have to pay Nikip to make a shitty job,
1,234 euros a month.
1,230 euros for a shitty job? You would do that?
I cannot
Yeah.
imagine that. I cannot believe that. I think
If
I-
if I
lying,
get
mate.
that amount every month, I'll be happy for until I die, basically.
a shitty job. You know when the keep is
A
asking
shitty job, you hate the
Yeah,
job.
the whip is
You would
asking
still do
you
it for
the worst job.
1,230.
in
Ah, that's what you're asking. I thought how much they would have to pay me every month.
Oh no.
In
Like
general.
no, that
A
he's
shitty
act-
job. What's a shitty job?
office job, office, like
Yeah, for-
office work.
for these guys.
That's probably the shittiest work I can imagine. Or like I don't know. It's like for me, it's just like so monotone and just the same all the time, right? It's like just get boring over the time.
Dude. They're even. There's a. Okay. There's a fucking even worse than that, mate.
What?
Doing the same shit, it will kill you, mate. It will kill you.
Yeah,
It
it's
will
just
fucking
boring.
kill you.
It's like okay, so Nikip, how much would we have to pay you?
20,000, and I'll do it for a year.
20,000 a month.
And 20,000, and I will do it for a year.
Ah, okay, 20,000 a year. Oh, yeah, okay. Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, the trash world is enough for me.
Wow.
Okay.
Cannot believe that. mate.
20,000 for a whole year doesn't sound that much.
It's not. It's 1,800 a month, so
Why is that
It's not
disturbing,
much,
mate?
but-
I feel like that's disturbing to hear. Or am I wrong, the weep?
It is. Like, I would be like, yo, you have to pay me like, I don't know, like 2,000 minimum a month.
No, but I mean, okay.
Or what? Or what disturbing?
It's
He would do the shitty job for just so
no,
little
it's
money.
disturbing that he has to do a shitty job first. That's disturbing for me.
Ah,
The
yeah.
money, like he accepts the shittiest job. That's what makes me kind of weird
office
inside,
job.
mate. Like, instead of doing.
Well, you
something
don't know the
else.
circumstances. Maybe he needs the money. Maybe he just
and we
needs,
go back. We go back to the topic, which is happiness is a choice. So is the job that you take. So is what you do in the morning. So is pretty much everything you do. Everything you do is a choice, and if you choose to be happy, you don't do a shitty job.
So what you're saying is that your job you choose is not a shitty job in your eyes. Is that what you're saying?
For me, it's like you need to consider what's more important. It's more important to have a good job, or is it more important to have money? Depending on the situation I'm in, if I'm like in a debt of 100,000 euros, I wouldn't care about what job I have, as long as I like earn as much as possible, just pay off the debt. That's what I care about the most, and being able to pay off the debt, that's what makes me happy. So the job would eventually become fine. Whereas if I'm not in debt and I actually already earned enough to be settled for the rest of my life, I wouldn't do a shitty job at all. I would just worry about what makes me improve and what keeps me occupied until I'm dead.
So, what if the choice is different? What if someone gives you a good job, like something with games, you have to play League of Legends, and they pay you the same amount of money, and you love to play that, or you love to work, call it work in this case. Isn't that the same? Because you make the same amount of money, but you're not just gonna, you're just gonna waste your time. You're gonna be something that you like, and doing something that you like is not a waste of time. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, as long as you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't become a job anymore. At that point, it just becomes something, a hobby that you're spending time on. You just happen to get paid for it.
Yeah.
So you just need to be optimistic. That's basically the point.
No, you just need to find a job that you love to do, mate.
No
Be
measure to pay.
optimistic.
Okay. No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about money and happiness. You know, the correlation between those two.
Do you need money to be happy? Or do you need money to be satisfied?
I need a certain amount of money to be happy in life. Not too much money. Once your human needs are settled with the money, I think like you can be happy from that point on. Have shelter, food,
I agree. So
Yeah.
financial freedom.
yeah, financial freedom. Like that's the point where you're like, okay, you don't need more money, you can. If that makes you happy, you know, if that's your goal, be the next Steve Jobs, you know,
Okay, that's too far, mate.
or Bill Gates, whatever.
Those people
Sure.
had like they didn't care about money. They cared about changing humanity. That's a different level.
And as aside, they just got a billions of money.
Yeah, they got made billions of money because they succeeded in what they loved.
Mm. You know what? Let's talk about change of human life. Like let's talk about Elon Musk. You know that guy changed his life.
Let's talk about happiness. How can you be happy? That depends for everyone. For someone it's money. For someone is love. For someone it's food. Having a place to stay, be safe. I think that's happiness. And as I said, happiness is a choice. You can be sad, or you can be happy. Are you happy right now? In the point? The whip, are you happy
You
right
asking who? I am very happy right now. You know, I have loving friends, family.
now? Oh,
You know that's very important. Except Nakip, he's a dick, but I can live with that.
Nakip, King of Kings, are you happy?
No,
Why not, mate?
No, he's too
because
fat.
I want to travel, and I'm not fat enough. I need to gain 3 more pounds.
What? How fat are you?
I'll talk about that on a different episode.
Let's do that
Because
later then. Yeah.
I'm doing a challenge for the next 3 months, and so I'll just talk about it later. But basically, I'm not happy because I want to travel, and the travel bans consist until the 15th of May. They keep extending it, and that's basically upsetting me at the moment.
Where would you want to go, even?
I wanted to go to UK for the longest time ever. I want to go to concert. I want to go to Berlin for the LEC. I wanted to
But
go
no.
to Greece, but yeah, I cannot travel, and traveling is like one of the most important things that I want to do. So yeah,
I mean, like you can travel, just a bit illegally, and with high risks.
I'm too nice. I don't do anything illegal except play
Yeah,
Master Yi.
dickhead.
Haha.
So you're not happy?
Okay. Warnets, are you happy right now?
So as I said before, I don't think. I mean, temporary. I'm happy. I'm satisfied, or at least
You are
I
satisfied, yeah.
I am thankful for the things that I have. I'm not sure if that's happiness of being thankful. So I
They
don't
did-
know. As I said before, I don't think happiness is something you can achieve ever.
Okay. Then
Even if you
here's
had,
just
even if you had €1,000,000, would you still not be happy?
No, I wouldn't be happy. I don't think that if I have even 10 million, it will make me happy. It will achieve goals, and it will be less stress. But I don't think it will make me happy. I guess if I have so much money, I think it would be even more unhappier. But
let's go back to the quote.
yeah,
You
I
know,
don't think,
like
happiness
you
can be-
you said
yes, tell me.
happiness doesn't exist, but you agreed also with happiness is a choice. So
Yeah. You can be as I said, happiness. You can be happy or you can be sad. I can.
So you choose to be sad
I'm not
since you're not
sad.
happy.
but you also say that happiness doesn't exist really. So how would you
So in other words, you choose
rephrase
not
the
to
quote.
be happy.
Yeah, you're
since
saying
not
that I'm
happy.
contradicting myself because I don't believe
Yeah,
happiness.
you're kind of contradicting yourself, but maybe like, you just need to rephrase the quote for yourself.
Yeah, it's like the question was, "Are you happy?" And your answer was, "You're not." So your choice is not to be happy. That's basically what the weed was trying to say. It's your choice to be this way.
Well, I can say I'm happy with what I have. But that's what I'm telling you guys. What is happiness then? If happiness is being satisfied, then I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is satisfying happiness or is satisfying just being satisfied?
So
Is love
that's the
being
question
happy?
that's bothering you. Like if you don't get a definite answer for is happiness satisfaction,
Yeah,
then you cannot answer.
That's
it.
why I'm
Okay.
asking, what is happiness? Do you understand what I'm saying or no?
Yeah. No, I do. No, I do.
No, I don't understand. I don't even understand what I'm saying.
Well, then we are fucked. Like,
The
Just kidding,
the way
just
you
kidding.
the way you perceive happiness depends on if you're happy.
Yeah, mate. I mean, I'm not sad. I mean, I can be happiness. I guess happiness is an emotion. You can be happy sometimes. You cannot be happiness. You can choose to be happy most of the time, but sometimes life is life. That's what people say. Life is life. La 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 la.
So I think the final topic for today that I want to discuss though is which state do you have to reach for yourself to consider yourself to be happy? Let's start with the wheat.
define state first for me.
Which
How do
like,
how do you mean?
describe the situation you're in life and you'll be like, I am the happiest I have ever been in life.
Oh
How
my God.
should that situation look
I know.
like?
Ooh, I have a better question, but after that, answer that.
Okay. The happiest point in my life would be me in my own restaurant, back in the kitchen, serving happy guests.
Happy what?
Guests.
Happy guest.
Ah,
That would be my
you know how to cook
Happiest
aside
state.
from eggs?
yes.
Nice.
I just never got the option to cook for you.
So, not like being married to someone, having kids or anything? Like
Oh,
traditional
that
stuff?
like that
Having
sounds
nice
like
car.
cool. That sounds like cool and all, but I don't need it.
No.
I don't think
Fair
that's like the main thing for me. Like because I said already, right? I like to make people happy. That's probably my go-to way to happiness. And like serving people and seeing their smiles when they eat good food. I mean, like that's good enough for me.
You should be careful with that. Trying to make other people happy.
What with?
As Nakib.
Nakib, yeah, true, yeah. Okay, so make them miserable, blackmail
Just be
them,
careful. And choose.
kill 55 children.
Choose who you want to make happy, instead of making everyone happy. Am I right? King of Kings.
No,
Make those happy you care about. That's all I want to say about that for this episode.
Okay.
Else the list can go on and on
So
forever.
mysterious.
go on.
So, Warnights, what's your which state do you have to be in to consider yourself to be the happiest point in your life?
When I'm able, I think financial freedom.
That's
So
your
being a
happiest
millionaire.
state.
So being a millionaire will make you the happiest you'll ever be.
Financial freedom and not to be worried about money ever again. And
So a million sounds alright.
yeah, you can be a
Unle-
millionaire, but I
yeah.
don't think a million is a lot anymore. I'll be honest.
Well, you can live on $1 million for the
I mean,
rest
with
of
a
your life.
million, you buy a house and you pay off the mortgage, and then you have
Yeah.
like what, 200,000 left?
Yeah, you can see it as that. And then what?
Yeah.
Then you just live on.
That's-
Like you
So
could have
will
lived
you-
like a exciting life, but like it's enough
Yeah,
to
well, I mean,
live.
as my old friend says,
Not to live, to survive.
No, I want to have money so I can never say, oh, I can never, I will, this month I will not able to pay the house, or oh, I cannot eat, or cannot go to a restaurant, or I cannot travel. I don't want that to happen.
I mean, like with $1 million, you can do all that.
Yeah, you can.
Minus traveling.
So you can say
Minus traveling.
1 million, but I can also send 10 million. I can also
Yeah,
100
but-
Yep.
million.
Being a millionaire, basically.
Yeah, I can say, well, financial freedom is the thing, and if it has to be 1 million, then it has to be. But yeah,
Okay.
we have to be. So in this time, at this period in 2020, you have to have 5 million.
Really?
Yeah.
It went up so much?
Yeah,
Okay, but 5 million where?
5 million euros
Where though? Where do you live?
in the Netherlands. I live in the Netherlands.
So it's 5 million euros in the Netherlands to be like set for life.
Yeah, for life, and I mean for life.
Yeah.
Because you go pay,
Okay.
you're gonna pay your taxes, and you're gonna be paying for maybe family, and you're gonna be paying 5 million. With 2 million, you can do it with 2
Okay, okay,
million.
but family, that's a different point. Like,
So family
yeah,
makes you happy, right? Oh no, do you want to make it?
that's up for that's up.
No. But yeah, you have children and stuff. You know, they have to go to college.
Yeah,
You have to pay
I
the
need to give
funds.
someone, all my valuables, all my money when I die. Exactly.
So they calculated
It's
5
not-
million
it's
is
not-
the so just to be alive, and just you can stop right now and do whatever the fuck you're doing. No more work. 5 million is the thing. You can do it with 2 million. The thing with 2 million is you have to for the rest of your life you'll be not be traveling. You will be not be eating good food. You have to
So
be
just like
living on a budget.
surviving,
Yeah, just survive.
not living, but surviving.
so
life.
so cute. Surviving indeed, mate.
I mean, like, there's a difference between surviving and living, right?
Well, we're all surviving.
For me, at least. Like, yeah, we all survive, but live our life. That's a different topic then.
But remember one thing though, this depends on your age. So if you're 99, then having 5 million, yeah, you have to waste those 5 million in 1 year because you might gonna die soon. But if you're in the 20s,
Oh god, all the cocaine and hookers. Oh god.
yeah, you can do ecstasy because you're gonna die anyway. So you might as well just do
Yeah.
ecstasy, acid. You can fuck 4 hookers, ass, pussy, whatever.
Are we allowed to say this?
Ginger, blonde, Asian, anything.
Are we allowed to say this on YouTube?
I think it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I think we're allowed
We-
one
we are-
word, right? One word. On YouTube, we're allowed one
Really?
word. Yeah, we can say the.
think-
Well,
F
I think we
words.
use way more words than one.
Well, we're not big anyway, so.
We'll just bleep it out, right? We'll just bleep it out
Bleep.
later on if we.
So,
Yeah.
so all right. So my question now that let's move on to the main. So the question that I want to ask King of Kings and the Weep: have you ever been happy, or was there a time that you felt happy? I mean, King of Kings can start first.
I've been happy every moment until like a month ago. Now life is boring, and I need excitement in life just to be happy. And I think I've been happy for the past 2 years or something, like the happiest point in my life. And yeah, since I cannot travel, it's making me sad, let's say.
So what was the biggest happy point of your life? Do you remember that?
The happiest point.
I was in Portugal and I had a good job. I had a best friend. I had good friends. I had money. I had a laptop that I really liked. I had games. I had video games. I had. I
Booze?
graduated. I was. I was in a good point in life. Yeah, I had everything I ever wished for, and if I could, I would do that day over and over again. That's how good it was.
Okay. So that was the biggest happiness in your life, being in Portugal.
Yep.
Cool. What about you, the Weep?
Like I want to say like I'm pretty sure I was happy in life already. But yeah, my happiest point in life was probably like after I graduated high school, where I was just traveling with my friends. And for me it was very different because before I was just traveling with my parents everywhere, right? And now just like this different because I was for the first time just alone with my parents with my friends. It was just like we were just so free, could do pretty much whatever you wanted, and it was just so much fun, you know. Being surrounded by, you know, my friends, people I care about, and just do whatever you want. I think that was like
Oof.
very, very happy.
You
Oof.
indirectly said that you don't care about your parents.
Yeah, fuck them.
I'm
Holy shit.
I'm around my friends, people I care about.
Yeah, no, who, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Screw my parents.
So your happiest moment
What
was...
did they ever do for me, you know? What did they... I never asked to be born in this world, you know? I'm gonna sue my parents for that.
So your happiest moment was when you graduated? When you
Freedom.
finally became a...
I would
It was
say-
just a freedom I had, like, you know,
Mm, okay.
from like school duties. I was like, yeah, now it's just like life. Yeah, I can do whatever I want for now. Yeah. That was probably the happiest point of my life. And then university came and I just became miserable again.
Yeah, true.
I'm so happy I'm graduated.
True.
So damn happy.
Mm,
That's what
3
makes me
years.
happy. Being
3
graduated.
years to go. 3 years to go. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm thankful I did that. Holy shit.
Wait, my brother only has 1 year left. What do you mean 3 years for you?
I'm doing masters.
Ah, okay.
I'm getting a master's degree.
Is that gonna make you happy?
Yes.
It's gonna definitely, you know, secure me a job because civil engineers
It's gonna
are very...
secure you, but as you said, you want to have own a restaurant and just be in the back serving happy people.
Yeah, but my spaghetti bridge, man. My spaghetti bridge, bro.
I mean, if you want a restaurant, why don't you just study culinary or something?
Culinary?
Yeah.
That's just too much.
Okay.
Because the food I want to make, it's just like, I just want to be, you know, like, accessible to a lot of people. And just, you know, doing a, like, high level culinary thing, to me, like, you know, like, in a fancy restaurant, that's not, I don't want that.
What's your
Yeah.
restaurant's name gonna be?
That's a
weeds.
good question. Weed.
The weeds, weed.
The weed. The weed glazed donuts, exactly.
And what are you gonna sell?
What?
Are you gonna sell spaghetti?
No, I don't know yet. Probably like going more to Asian cuisine or barbecue, because I haven't found any single barbecue place in this whole town.
Korean barbecue.
Sorry?
Korean barbecue?
No, like actual, like, you know, American barbecue.
No.
One thing that does come to my mind is that people often say that you need to do something, you need to work somewhere where you love to work. But it's also about separating your hobby from your work. There are things that you can enjoy doing as a hobby. For example, cooking, for example, programming, for example, creating stuff, you name it. Things you really enjoy doing. But the moment you turn it into a study, the stress levels start rising, and you eventually will maybe stop feeling as if it's a hobby. And because of all the things that are around it, like having to do exams, having to do study, having like being forced to do your hobby, the hobby basically disappears. That's my case, actually. So if I enjoyed creating stuff, and the moment I turned it into a study, and I was forced to do something related to that 40 hours a week, that's basically when my interest for it disappeared. So the hobby is, it's still a hobby of mine that I like to do so now and then. Because I graduated, I don't have to worry about doing it 40 hours a week anymore. But it's not something that I want to pursue. I just want to keep it as a hobby, basically.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah, it's good to have a hobby and turn it into a job, but don't let it get so far where it's not a hobby anymore, but it's a job. That's how you lose passion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's actually all I had to say.
Yeah, and also I think that's the last thing for this episode.
Lovely.
One more thing I want to say. So, King of Kings was talking about a challenge 3 months. He's gonna talk it in the podcast soon, I guess. So I am doing workouts every week. Maybe you wanna work out with me?
Oh.
So the challenge that I have is not necessarily a workout, or we can like challenge each other. So we basically have like, what I suggest is we do 2 regimes. One of them is eating appropriately, which is what I'm going to do, and the other one is working out, which is what you're going to do. And then we can compare at the end of it what the results are. How about that?
I do not agree on that one. We have to do
So,
the same
so
thing.
Nicky, you don't want to work out. You just want to like eat healthier.
For not healthier, it's not
Is that
healthy. It's definitely not healthy the way I'm going to eat, but it's giving results basically.
Okay, so a diet which makes you lose weight.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
and you want to, compare that to a guy who's working out.
Somebody
normal-
who
like,
does
with a
eat healthy,
daily normal
somebody
diet.
who does eat healthy and does work out basically. Somebody
Also
who
both.
is
Okay.
someone who does do healthy, who does do the keto diet or whatever, or just works out, basically that. And then at the end of it, we compare the results, like shape and loss of weight, and you name it.
And the overall happiness,
And happiness,
good
yeah.
one.
yeah, and
My-
happiness and
My method,
satisfaction
yeah, for me, I
with
call
the
it,
results.
my method is called the torture method, also known as keto diet. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, you have done it before. Am I correct?
You need. I've done it before. I've done it like for 2 months, and I lost 15 kilograms during that period. I think it was like 1.5 months, and I'm gonna do it again. But the most important thing is you're mentally and physically torturing yourself constantly, like 24 hours a day. And yeah, you need to be mentally stable to be able to do it, because if you don't, it's gonna be really rough to hold out with it. And you need to be happy in life. If you're not happy in life, it's gonna destroy you, basically.
So anyone suicidal, please don't do it. This way.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. So I'm not going to explain how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna show the results from like before and after, basically.
The torture method. Oh, I cut my leg off. Oh, I lost like 5 kilos. Nice, boy. Nice.
Maybe,
The sacrifice you're
Gotcha.
willing to go through.
maybe next week we can do a thing about sports science and how the body works.
Yeah,
Since
that
I'm
would
a
be good.
doctor in that, guys.
Lovely.
I'm a
Reproduction system. Let's go. We'll talk about the reproduction system.
Yeah, let's talk about fitness.
About
Wait.
working
Okay,
out.
we-
and
Well,
this-
well, reproduction system and working out, it goes together
diet and
sometimes,
stuff.
It goes
Yeah.
it goes together.
We're about to hit an hour, so let's close off the podcast for now.
Yes, of course, mate. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode 16, how to be happy or happiness is a choice. I hope you got something out of it, and I wish you happiness in life as well. Can you guys shout yourself out?
I am Pentaking, also known as Nakip. You can find me on Discord. You can find me on Facebook. Pretty much everywhere. Let me know if you need something.
Go to YouTube, Oberon Kingdom. Watch my videos on the keeps. Thank you.
Thank you guys, and till the next week.
See ya.